Welcome back to Project Jira. This is Rishabh here. Another marathon, I believe number 16, 17, doesn't matter. Relief shelter, again, for those without family or a house or a place to call home. And basically slice of life plus in real life equals at least one aspect of this project and what we're doing here, so everyone's welcome. What we're doing here, and whether you're listening to this on podcast or video, is we've been exploring some what seems to be VTuber creation model rigging software. Not rigging, just modeling software. And unfortunately, we just had a really corrupted file. You probably heard that, took a gas fart. So I just showcased right now while we're on the Windows here. So you can see here at the very bottom, a little bit tired. Just realized that I had to restart my computer. It crashed. The whole computer fucking froze and we had to restart it. But at the bottom here we had Mixamo from Adobe Studio. I didn't know. Basically allows for free rigging of your models. Had to restart the computer, and above here it's supposed to be if I showcase right now the program capture for VRoid Studio, but you can see if I show it for display it's just all black, and that's because it's not actually working. Oh yeah, there just before I was actually recording a video right before this one, and then the entire laptop just froze because it couldn't handle UCam being run at the same time with OBS Studio, at the same time with VRoid Studio, specifically VRoid Studio during the texture editing interface. So I think that's what we're going to avoid doing in this particular video. We won't risk that again. You can tell that even right now, after restarting the computer, it's restarting the laptop, it's blacked out completely. It's not working. For some reason, there seems to be now an error, a generated error that's permanent between OBS and VRoid Studio. So I'll close that. What we'll have to do, we'll get to Mixamo later in this video. But what we'll have to do now is just head on over to the interactive media. Over to display, so that you can actually see VRoid Studio. And we'll be covering the interface a second time, unfortunately, because if I show you right now, since we're on display, I might as well show you I opened all the tabs all over again. So two very relevant tabs here. First one here is going to be the corrupted file. You can see over here, Windows File Explorer. Over down here, this video is corrupted. It doesn't work. I tried to open it and then it says that, so this 91.5 megabytes here is just corrupted files, video that I cannot use. I'm going to delete it right now during the video. So you can see that, and this is the one that's actually running right now. So that's unfortunate, a little waste of time. And then in addition to that, we're also going to mention the other window here, this one here. So this folder has the VRoid samples, sample models. Okay, this sample here is just named sample because it's avatar C, which is included with the software at the beginning. The one next to it to the left is the one that I made a bunch of alterations and created my own sort of character. And roughly that took up the entire afternoon today, which I'm not happy about. Took about 4 or 5 hours. Anyways, we can actually close this. We technically don't need it. Or maybe we'll just leave out videos here because that's where all my files are. While we're here at this interface, we shall mention quickly that since we're done uploading here, we're going to toss at least 2 of these files, or at least one, over onto OBS Studio. Not OBS Studio, over onto the portable drive. So that's probably one of the files over here, one of the folders. Anyways, for saving space, because I know that this costs 600 MB of my current laptop. Okay, so let's go back to the studio here. So as I mentioned in the previous video that was corrupted, we went to Steam to download VTube Studio, and it was all bubbly and kind of girly and whatnot. It's like just 2D panels as well. So it's not very useful in terms of that, in terms of what we're looking for. We're looking for models more sophisticated alongside of more mature content like VR chat. And I will say that one thing interesting was that we had all the face rigging there available on the VTube Studio, which is probably going to be a headache to rig using VRoid and VRoid actually is not rigging. It's not a rigging software, so we'll have to find an alternative solution. So ups and downs, pros and cons, advantages and drawbacks, of course. So it is going to be a lot simpler if you create a 2D model. You can just phase rig everything and has all the options, parameters there for you on VTube Studio, which is again available on Steam. Premium features locked behind, but there is some ample free stuff you can do. You can change the eyes, the movement, all the tracking is apparently very high quality. I'm not interested in that myself, but if you are, you can definitely check that out. Head over to Steam. Okay, anyways, over here. This is VRoid Studio, the alternative. And it's free and open source. Just Google it or Bing, download, install, and it will come with 3 avatars at the beginning. In fact, but we're going to go to the avatars at the beginning after we showcase this, because it's going to take some time for it to load. You can see that there's all this hair here. I have saved custom items here. In the previous video, we showed the basic avatars as well as going through to the face interface right here. Face interface, a bit redundant. Face sets, and you can change the eyes, the nose, the irises. This one looks like a very freaky magic anime thing. A little creature from an alternate dimension. Witches. Okay, so we have mouth inside, outside. Very scary face here. On the right hand side, you got the textures. You can manipulate all the parameters. Ear size, ear prominence, sunken cheeks, jawline goes all the way down. Masculine face, feminine face. We can definitely like zoom in. And of course, navigation. You use the mouse, left hand side, the right hand button. No, the right click button to rotate around the model 3D. You hold down the wheel. You click the wheel and hold down to move it by panning, and then you scroll in and out to move along the Z axis. Anyways, you can see now if we apply the face, it basically updates on real time. It's lagging, I know, but the jaw angles, you can see it. Okay, you can see it only very barely. I apologize. There's a lot of lag right now. Chin length, you can probably see this one though. Yeah, chin length. Anyways, let's just leave this. It's not very visible, so we're gonna head over to hairstyles. And you saw over there, by the way, at the top right hand side, edit texture. That's what cost us the entire video. That's why I failed. So we're not going to click on that. But basically, if you go to textures, it's incredible. It gives this entire 2D panel, basically the mapping of a GIMP file. For example, you open on GIMP, a transparent background, completely laid out for you, just like this entire skin, and you can just draw over it, and then it will reflect in real time on the model itself as well. And you can also even draw on the model and do the luminosity. It went through a bunch of features like textures and luminosity and saturated and color and lighten, darken, all that stuff. And you can choose from a blend of different colors, of course, custom colors, just the entire wheel itself. Customize the color, and then you can just teardrop and sample and draw on the model or on the flat 2D pane, and it will be reflected accurately. You can see by the way the avatar is actually really good. Oh, that's not really the great angle that we're looking forward. So we can see here that it's a very nice model. Whoever created this avatar really went in, and but it's a very standard and generic kind of anime kind of thing. You can see here VRoid, black and red, and it seems to be main palette. Hairstyle. So let's go over to hairstyle. Of course, you can custom choose your hairstyles here. I saved the avatar default one because it's pretty good. You can see, I was surprised at all the features. You can do hairstyles from the top to the bottom, to the front, and they're all different. So the back, for example, you can go ahead and try like this, and the hair reflects in real time, just like that. Well, you probably don't want the front looking like that. You might want to change the color a bit, so we'll head over to the front here and give it something nice. I don't know if that's nice. That looks like I don't know. That doesn't look quite nice. There we go. Something decent. And of course you can just switch through all of these. Very interesting stuff. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. I don't like any of these at all. So we'll stick with this, but we'll showcase the back and what you can do with it. So it's pretty incredible, right? Piece of software program. The hair really changes phenomenally incredible. All these different styles and stuff like that. This is definitely more of a thing. I think this is more for girls, I'll be honest. This is not something that I could see myself diving too far into too many. It sounds like a makeup, like a, what do you call those? Like a, this is like from the 2000 era, but in 2005 to 2010, stuff like that, there were like those games called like Mo Fun Zone, had these like heli attack games, and those were for the boys. But for the girls, they had these like 2D dress-up games. This is what it reminds me of. So it takes me back 2 decades ago to a simpler time of Flash when we had stuff like that. Anyways, you can see basically variations, and you can have overall hair. I bet these are much better. You can choose. That I said it's better, not worse. All this stuff here, you can just go ham and go crazy on it. And of course, as I mentioned, the color palette. Zoom in outside, highlight the color. Just pick on anywhere. Pick white, something like that. Pick on white, or that's a highlight color. And go red, right? Whatever. Do whatever you want, however you want. This is a mostly female haircuts here. Of course, that would be the majority of them. And here we have something that's still kind of feminine. Okay, so anyways, go through the extensions, and these are basically all the pigtails and stuff like that. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, right? Yeah. And we have this funny stuff here too on the top. Anyways, this is all hair. This is all hair. All of it is hair. I don't know why I'm spending so much time here. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Okay. So we got the body. Okay. Here's the body. I'm just trying to cover as much as I can, but honestly, there's so many features. Cut out the head. It looks a little weird. It's like a girl's face on a guy's body. Weird. Masculine height. Oh, now we have no choice but to go out, because we're going to showcase how you can see 183 centimeters. We can increase it. We can decrease it. We're a giant now, 200 centimeters. Less. Body size, head size. You can make some kind of chibi kind of thing. Soften the collarbone. Very interesting. Okay, we're just fooling around at this point. This is hilarious. Show the Adam's apple. Shoulder width, chest position. We know what that is. Finger size, arm length. We can make it like really, really dinky, like a little chibi thing. Leg length, like that. Waist length. Turn to stick figure. Foot size, torso length, whatever. You know, just turn everything to tiny. So that at least it looks something, doesn't look all ridiculous. I mean, it's quite ridiculous what I'm doing right now. Again, edit the textures. You can go crazy with it, but that's going to completely destroy my laptop. And then we have the whole sets here. These are very sophisticated, I must say. And I just clicked on one and it's lagging now. But what we'll do is pause the OBS Studio for a moment. So here you have it. That took about 45 seconds to load. Okay, this isn't going to work. We've got to turn the body proportions back to normal. A regular head size so that we can actually make it look kind of decent, interesting looking. I don't know what's with the face. It looks so... the face. Guys, the face. Soften the collarbone, neck length. Yeah, increase the neck length a little bit. Basically, you can see here, okay, we have to get everything back to default, unfortunately, because if we really want to make things look kind of normal, finger size, so that we can showcase all the models. And okay, all right, foot size, okay, whatever. Okay, so I mean, it's not normal, but it's, you know, it's whatever. It's fair enough. So, all right, go to the outfits now. So you can see here, there's like a Metal Gear Solid kind of thing. You have a Pirates of the Caribbean sort of thing. Over there, there's like a cyberpunk. Oh, this is all cyberpunk stuff. So you can think of cyberpunk edge runners. Something along the lines of Pirates of the Caribbean. Right, they have all sorts of suits here. Goes all the way down to fantasy type stuff, genre, sci-fi. You have one here that looks like a Chinese, it's like a Chinese, traditional Chinese, particularly like that one. And we go all the way down. You have some things that kind of remind you of a fantasy game and stuff like that. One for a vampire, a suit, very nice. You can go all the way down. There's a kimono, there's a business suit, there's casual everyday stuff. Attire, just think of like going to work. Business suit, and the models are really good. Basically, long story short, let's pick something that's a little bit normal. Just going out to the beach, going for a walk, taking the transit, a hoodie, pants. There we go. So something very, you have all this stuff here. You can choose all the tops, choose the bottoms. You can choose, it's okay. That's a little much. We don't want to showcase that. It's gonna be on Spotify. I can't go that crazy. Socks, stuff like that. Okay, accessories, and then look, and then shading. So finally, we're almost done covering most of the stuff on VRoid Studio. Again, very vaguely, just skimming through everything. You can add the outlines here. It's pretty crazy. Give it a glow if you want, if you know what I mean. We'll have to change the color a little bit if we want to do that though. Otherwise you can barely see it. But you can see there's a black outline right now. And we can basically remove it by going all the way to 0, or we can go all the way through shading area, hair, the outline, body area, right? Shading hardness. Very interesting stuff. Makes this look kind of uncanny valley type stuff when you go to very high shading. Okay. Reminds me of Monty if you know, the creator of Dead Fantasy series way back in 2010 and stuff. Amplitude, he was ahead of his time when it came to choreography. If only could see what we're capable of doing now in 2023. Rest in peace. Okay, so anyways, that's that. And I know this is probably a very niche thing. If anybody here is watching this on Spotify, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? All right, no problem. All right, you can feel free to judge, but because this is niche stuff, this is like anime stuff. So what we're going to go through now is there's bones, there's alignment. Actually, I want to test that out myself. What happens if you increase the bones? You can barely see anything because of the hoodie. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, so what we'll do is go back to the beginning, back to model selection. We're not going to save it. Okay, whatever, we'll save it, man, fine. And pause on the video. So that's okay, and we continue. So we're back out of the drop. You can see here, we did save it. All right, not too enthusiastic about that. We have the sample model that I wanted to show you here, and then we have the actual avatar that I created. Of course, here again, sample avatars A, B, C at the bottom here. You can use them according to the terms and description. Of course, terms of use provided. Click on the link. Please use them accordingly. Of course, I think that means that you can't use for commercial purposes or anything like that. Over here in the top right, we have 3 dots here for the settings, for beginners, differences for the beta, FAQ. All these listings here, except for settings, basically take you to a link. So it opens a browser tab. Now I have like 490 browser tabs. I'm not obviously going to open another one. So we have English, light, dark. You can turn the theme dark. I kept it bright light because for the video sake, I wanted to make sure everything was visible. But of course, I prefer dark. Generally speaking, it's easier on the eyes. I don't want to spend too much time on the computer anyways. But anyways, if you go to FAQ, frequency, and there's even a guide for beginners and stuff like that, you can definitely do all that stuff. Even the keyboard shortcuts, I was surprised. I mentioned this in the previous corrupted file, is actually a link to the browser. So one last thing, I might showcase a little bit of what I intend on using myself, because I created my own custom, a little bit of manipulations from one of these avatars here, and then I create my own. So hold on a second as I load. All right, it's done loading. So here we have it. This is basically the model that I custom made for myself, have exported, and I'm not going to rotate too much because I don't want to disclose, just rotate a little bit, but you can't see too much. And the point is I don't want to showcase too much, because if I'm going to be using this is going to be my own personal thing. But anyways, you could go through all the different, I went through all the different, not all of it, but I went through a decent amount of the customizations and created my own, and I've exported it. So this is just a sneak peek. We're gonna basically close this now. Hold on a second, man, what the hell? Turns out there was I have not explored the capabilities of this program at all. I thought it was just about customization. Look, you can do poses, facial expressions. Like, we can go all the way in. Look, smiling all the way through. We can make it sad. Basically, what I ended up clicking on was the camera at the very top, right and left, and happy. Oh, what? All the emotions. Eyebrows, surprised, happy. You can run through all of it, you know, angry, all that stuff. Closed eyes, left, right. How many customizations? Let me just expand this a little bit. Goes all the way down. I'm surprised, angry, smiling, sad. What the hell? The mouth goes all the way down. A, I, O, U for the mouth. Angry, so teeth. Oh, this is basically all the facial expressions. Basically, you can take a screenshot of this. You can capture a photograph right here and a video. So you can do animations and poses. Cinch gaze. I don't even know what cinch gaze probably means. I can look at you the entire time, so it's kind of creepy. Blink. Looking at the camera. Pretty creepy, moving towards you. Okay. Animations, poses, background. You can choose a different background. You can import a background. You can add poses and animations. Standby. Is that a kick? What is that? That looks like a kung fu move right there. Is that what that is? Yeah, it's a kick. They have an animation for kicks. No, sorry. Yeah, that's a kick. All right. Hold on. Let's stop. Stop. This is going to kill. There's no way this is going to be good for the... So the standby. There's no way it's going to be good for the computer right now. It's too much... animation is not good for the laptop. All right. You can change the background color. You can import a background picture. Again, all very new for me. This is lighting, very interesting horizontal angle. That applies over the shadows. I guess we could use like something along the lines here. Right? Wind. You can apply wind along the XY axes. Blows the hair out. Holy sh... What the hell? And then post-processing. I did not know any of this was available. Comics. Whoa. Filters, color grading, bloom. That's incredible. Obviously, it's going to take a lot more from my computer as well. Pick size. So we can take a screenshot. And I think we have to end this video here.